So we've now covered Booleans in the previous section, and we're going to be going into if-else logic. This is where programming starts to get even more complex and cool, and being able to make decisions and do things. So I'm going to make a new file here. All right, in my idle it says new window, and all you need to know about if logic in Python is that it uses Booleans to control it. So what will I do here? I'll call this one if-else.py. So say I have some number or Boolean called check. We'll check if 5 is greater than 3, like before. So then, if we want to use if logic, we type if, and that's a keyword in Python, and then use parentheses, and inside those parentheses you put the variable you want to see if it's true or false. So then, if check, we'll print something just to see if it worked. We'll print math works in Python. Okay, so this should be, of course, true. And so we should print math works in Python. And then I'll type else. So I'll print that face there. Math doesn't work in Python. But we can change that and control that with our Boolean up here. If I say check for 1 being greater than 3, that will be false. And instead of running the first chunk, it will run the second chunk. Math doesn't work in Python, but we know that's not true. I'm just going to get rid of this part and show you more simply. You put true in here. If you type true in there, it will run the first part that you designate as the if block. And if it's false, then it doesn't run the first part, it runs the second part, where it says else. Okay. And you can see the syntax for that here. Syntax is a word for the specific characters and things you have to do to make this happen. You have to put a colon at the end of your if statement, and also at the end of your else statement. And then when you have a block of code that you want to run inside that, it has to be tabbed over by 1. Python is whitespace sensitive. This was the general convention for programmers to use in the beginning when they have other languages, but instead of letting them do that or not, depending on how they decide, Python is a language that actually uses that to make you write code that is easier to read, and it interprets that based on how you tab it over and type it. So that was the first basics of if-else logic, and I'm going to expand on this in the next section with some if, elif, else, more complex blocks, because this is about as simple as the if-else gets.